Okay, so for the freshers, so this is a Linux box. Okay, if you want to know what is the version of this Linux, you can check cat etc red hat release. Okay, it's 8.4. Okay, and this is the command to check the available disk spaces and mount points, and we have 8.9 GB available in the root directory. The slash denotes the root directory. I don't see Venu yet in the call. Okay, let him come. Okay, so what is next? The installation of MongoDB. Okay, so the MongoDB installation we can perform in so many ways. Okay, we can perform the MongoDB installation by using a yum repository, and we can install the MongoDB by binary installation. We can install by using RPMs as well. Okay, so this is applicable for all the databases like MySQL. Also, we can perform in the same way. We can install MySQL by using yum repository, and we can install MySQL by binary installation and also by using RPM. And Postgres also the same way we can install in the 3 ways. Okay, and this is actually in an organization, right? In an organization, they run with the MongoDB user. So what they does is they create a separate user for that named MongoDB, and they create a separate group for that, and they run the MongoDB with that particular user. Okay, so group add command will create a group MongoDB, and the user add command will create a user MongoDB, and it will assign that user to the particular group. Okay, and here we are creating MK. I'm just telling this for the freshers. These are the command to create the group and create the users and create any directory. If you want to perform any directory, if you want to create any directories, you should use mk directory command. Okay, mk dir command, and the ch1 will change the ownership of that particular directory, because the make directory -p opt mongodb, it will create a directory under the /opt/mongodb. Okay, but this directory, right, it has a root privilege by default. If we want to change the ownership of that particular directory, we should use this command ch1 -r mongodb, and this MongoDB is the username, and this MongoDB is the group name. Okay, and the curl command is to download the files from the internet. Okay, and here we are downloading it. We're downloading the MongoDB file, and this command can be used for any files. If you want to download any files from the internet, any softwares from the internet, you can use this curl-ol command. And this tar command, right? So you could see .tzz, right? So tzz is the compressed format. If you want to unzip, uncompressed it, you need to use the command tar slash star hyphen jetxvf and the package name. If it is in the form of ZZ without T, then it is called zip format. Okay, gunzip format, and you should use a command gunzip, GUNGIP, gunzip. Okay, and if you see in the format of this is a tar file. Okay, to unzip this, you should use tar hyphen xvzf and the file name. This is gzip file. If you want to unzip this, I think you should use gunzip command. Gunzip and the file name. And if you want to compress the file, I think the command should be gzip and the file name. Okay, and .zip. For this, you should use the command unzip file name. So these are some basic things I'm telling for the process. Okay, particularly. And the cp command is to copy the file. What are the files you want to copy? You can use the cp command. I'll show you whatever the commands we will use in the future. Okay, and this ln-s, it will create some soft link. Okay, so mostly the industries install the MongoDB in this way. They'll create a MongoDB user and they'll create a means in the industry in the real time we don't perform. Actually the Linux team, right, we have a separate teams called Linux team and network team and DB team, application team. We have a lot of teams. The Linux team will be responsible to create these users and the groups and everything, the permissions, the creating mount points and assigning the ownership, everything. The Linux team is, the OS team is um, uh, solely responsible for this task. Okay, and we'll be given the server with all these already created and already assigned. So our job is to simply install the MongoDB. That's it. We don't need to create these users and everything. Okay. And so for the MongoDB, we can perform our installations in a multiple way. So the one of way is yum repository. Okay. So we go here. So you can create, basically you can create a repository file. So vi editor is a command. Vi is a command to create a file. So what we are basically doing is we are creating a repository file. Okay, under this is the already existing system default directory cd etc m dot repository dot. Okay, if you type pwd, it will show you the present working directory where you are in. Now we are in etc m-repos.d. This is the folder. Okay, under this folder you could see kind of default repository files. These are the Linux OS based repository files, and we are just going to create a repository file for the MongoDB. Venu didn't join yet. Can someone call Venu and ask him what's the status?
Amjad, he is traveling actually. He'll join next couple of minutes.
Okay, no problem. So I'm creating this repository. So vi and the file name. Okay, and just press I. I is to insert the data, whatever you want to insert, and just feed this repository files into that. Okay, and for the process, the right click Control C will copy the content from here, and if you just right click in the putty screen, it will paste. Okay, be careful whenever you perform the right click for the process. I'm telling, if you select something, it is copied. Actually it is now copied, and if you simply right click, it will get paste. And now we created a repository, and if you want to see that, you can use the command cat command. Okay, so the cat command will show you what are the contents of that file. So these are the content of the file, and now I am installing the package yum install mongodb org. Okay, so it is telling us it is going to install 4.2.18 version of MongoDB. Okay, 4.2.18. So it is going to install MongoDB org, the server, the cell, and the tools and the Mongos. Everything is going to install. And we didn't mention any versions here. So what it does, it will go to the latest version of this main version 4.2. So the 4.2 is the main version, and the 4.2.18 is the subversion, the latest version. Okay. And if we want to, I just removed the hyphen y here. Did you notice that the hyphen y is so here it is asking me to confirm is this okay or not, right? So if I type y, it will install. If I type no, it will not install. Okay. So I type no, it is not installing. And so here it is installing 4.2.18 by default. If I want 4.12.16, so what I do is I should explicitly mention that version 4.2.16. Not sure 4.2.16 is really available or not. Let me try. So if I want to install any particular version in the 4.2, then I'll remove this hyphen y again. Can you see here? So it is going to install 4.2.16 because I mentioned m install 4.2.16. In the earlier case, I didn't mention any package name. I just mentioned, I just fired m install MongoDB -org. So it will go to the repository. This command will go to the repository and it will check it, go to this URL 4.2 and so and so. And the 64-bit, it will go to this URL and it will check what is the latest available version 4.2.18. And it will try to install that package and it will ask us to install. Okay, if we didn't mention hyphen y. And here I explicitly mentioned this version 4.2.16. I want this version, so install this. If you want to install 4.2.10, you can mention that, or 4.2.2, you can mention that explicitly, whatever the version based on your application needs or your industry need, you can mention that particular version. Okay. Now I am aborting this. So now I'm going to install 4.2.18. Okay. And hyphen y I added. So now it will not ask me the permission, is this okay or not? Because I already told this is okay, you can go ahead. Did you see that? The packages are getting installed. Okay. Now grep the service. PSEF grep Mongo. It will show us nothing because the service is installed, but it's not yet started. So whatever the services, whatever the database or application, whatever the things running in the server, if you want to know either it is running or not, you can use this command ps-ef grep mongo. If you want to check either MySQL is running or not, you can check grep MySQL. If you want to check Oracle is running or not, you can check pmon or smon, because pmon and smon are the processes in Oracle. Okay. And if you want to check the PostgreSQL, you can check Post, I think. Postmaster is the process in PostgreSQL. So if you want to check Java, you can check Java. If you want to check Apache, you can check Apache. Okay. But those are all not running here. So that's the reason it's not showing you anything. And now service MongoDB status. So here it's showing the service is inactive. Correct? Service is dead. and the default configuration file will be under etc mongodb.conf, and I'll share you guys all these output. Okay, so it will be useful for you to refer. So this is the default configuration path. System log, the log file. So whatever the database you are installing, it should have a log file in it. For the Oracle, you will have a error log, right? Or a error log something. If it is MySQL, you will have MySQL.log, MySQL.error log or something, slow query log or MySQL.error log. And if it is PostgreSQL, you'll have a what is that log called? PostgreSQL.log, I think, Postgres.log or something. Okay, and yeah,
EDB log, Amjad.
DB log is on Oracle.
EDB, enterprise.
EDB is for enterprise. I'm telling the Postgres community. The
So
enterprise
there is a Postgres.log.
PostgreSQL, yeah, PostgreSQL.log, yes. So, so whatever the database you install, it should have a log. Okay. So here we are mentioning the log where log MongoDB MongoDB.log. This is by default. This is the default directory. Okay, where log MongoDB and MongoDB. Whatever the database you install, if you install the MySQL, by default it goes to where lib MySQL. The MongoDB goes to by default where lib Mongo. Okay. So this is the default. DB path is the data directory. The data directory is nothing but whatever the data we store, it will save in the data directory. This is DB path. Okay. So we should have a data directory for all databases. For any database, we need a data directory to store the data. See, we need a disk to store this Excel sheet, correct? So where I am saving this, if I want to save this, it will ask me, where do you want to save? Correct. So we should give some storage. We should give some the mount point. So that is where it will store the data. Correct. So we need a storage. We need a space. We need a space available to store the data. So that is what called DB directory or data directory or DB path, whatever the name. In our case, MongoDB, it is called DB path, the storage. So the DB path is where lib Mongo. So by default, the data files will store in under this path, where lib Mongo. Okay. And log append equal to true. Log append means this log, right? Where log MongoD log, this log, right? This log, once it is filled, what will happen? So it should rename, either rename or reopen. There is another parameter as well, rename, reopen. I'll tell you what are those parameters in the later classes. So the log append means it will append the log. It will append the log in the same file. Okay. And journaling is a different concept. I'll tell you what is journaling. And the engine is the White Tiger. After the version 4.2, MongoDB 4.2, the White Tiger storage engine is the by default engine. We had another engine as well, which is called mmap v1. Okay, mmap v1. This engine also we had, but I think it's deprecated now. And the mmap v1 and White Tiger are the two main storage engines in the MongoDB. Until 4.2, mmap v1 is the storage engine by default. 4.2. From the 4.2, White Tiger is the by default storage engine. Guys, just make a note of it, because in the interview, people may ask you what is the main difference between the White Tiger and the mmap v1. I'll tell you later classes the in-depth, like what are the differences between them, but this is one of the main differences. The 4. Till 4.2, mmap v1 is the default engine, and from 4.2, White Tiger engine is the default one, and the White Tiger engine was introduced on 4.0 version. It was introduced on 4.0, but in 4.2, it is by default. Okay. And the PID path, PID file is the process ID. Whatever the database, whatever application you run, it will have some kind of PID. Okay, process ID file. So by default, it will be in where run MongoDB something, and the time zone info it will show somewhere, and the fork equal to true is the operation to run the database in the background. Okay, I'll show you the example for the fork equal to true. Okay, and port, by default the MongoDB will run in port 27017. Default port for the MongoDB is 27017. All the databases should have its own port by default. Okay, for Oracle I think it's 5322. Am I right, guys? Because long back I worked on Oracle. I think it's 5322. And for MySQL, am I right, Pankaj? For Oracle it's a 5322.
No, no.
No idea.
Oracle, no.
What is for
You're
Oracle?
talking about
521.
1521. Yeah, sorry. 1521.
1521.
Correct. 1521. And for PostgreSQL, MySQL it is
5432.
3306. Yeah,
Yeah,
MySQL it is
5432.
0006. For Postgres it's 5430, right?
32. Yeah, right.
5432, correct.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, so
3232.
MongoDB, the default port is 27017. And bind IP. Bind IP is the kind of, if you mention bind IP 127.0.0.1.7, you could connect this database only from this IP. This 127.0.0.1 is nothing but your local host. If you ping this, no. See, the local host IP is 127.127.0.0.1.7. So if you mention this bind IP, you will be able to connect the MongoDB only from this IP. You cannot connect it from the different machine. So it should be 0000, means it will allow all the IPv4 connections. You can connect from anywhere. Okay, or else you can mention bind IP all. And this and all the replication sorting, we'll see that later. So these are the basic configuration spells. Now I am going to start the MongoDB. So service MongoDB start. So it's started. Okay, and if I grab that MongoDB process now, it will show us. It is showing us, right? Earlier it was nothing. Now it is showing MongoDB-f etc MongoDB-conf. etc MongoDB.conf is my default directory, default installation directory. And when I grabbed earlier without before I start the service, it shows nothing. It's shown nothing, right? Now it is showing the MongoDB is running. Okay. To connect the MongoDB, you just type Mongo. That's it. So now you are into the Mongo console. And if you want to see the databases, so DBS. It will show you what are the databases. These are the default databases, the admin database and the config database and local database. These are the default database. And exit. Okay, now we are going to the data directory. Where is the default data directory? And this cd command is to change the directory for the freshers. Change directory. cd means it will take you to the directory wherever you whatever you are typing. Okay, so the default directory is where lib and Mongo, correct? So ls will show you the list of files. It will list out you the files available in that particular directory where lib MongoDB. So these are the data files. ls-lrt also will show you. So .wt mentions it is a byte tiger engine. Okay, so these are some default files, data files, this and all. And where is the path? pwd. Okay, now sorry, my.conf is for MySQL. So this is the default. Okay, now what I'm going to do is okay, I'm killing this or else let it run. I will tell you guys. So this is the one methods of installation. Okay, by this method you can install the MongoDB. And I'll give you another method how to install the MongoDB. Mm. I'm going 4.411. Okay, and we have Red Hat Linux 8. Just a minute, please. I'm just getting a call. Okay, so my Red Hat version is, so you should check the version of your Red Hat. Okay, cat etc Red Hat release is 8.4. So it will work. Okay, and we are going this one, and I copied the link and I'm just coming to the server. Okay, cd pwd, I'm in the root directory. ls will show us the list of files. curl -ol and for jetxbf cd bin. Sorry, I installed only the cell. Okay, so to remove any files you can use rm to remove the file. If you want to remove a folder, you should use rm-rf. This is the folder, guys. This is the file. This is the folder. Okay, curl-ol, and I copy this. jetxbf okay, no, cd and then bin community edition. Okay, So now just killing this. Okay. Just making a directory now. Okay. Make dir command is to make the directory root MongoDB data. I'm just creating a directory. Okay. It should be mkdir. Okay. Again, I'm creating a directory MongoDB log. If you go to root, and if you type ls, you could see MongoDB data and MongoDB log. Okay. MongoDB help will tell you. Okay. So I'll tell you what it is. And DB path, we have to give the DB path. Hyphen DB path. DB path is nothing but our data directory. Okay. And MongoDB data and hyphen log path. Log path is the same, right? MongoDB log MongoDB.log. Okay. Hyphen port. I mentioned 27018. Now I'm opening a different window. Okay. So you could see that this process is running and I'm just trying to connect it Mongo hyphen port 27018. Will I be able to connect? So DBS, yeah. Okay. Now what I did exactly is I downloaded a package, correct? 4.4.11 package I downloaded. Earlier, which package we installed? 4.2.16. If you can see here 4.2.18, the MongoDB server version, correct? And I installed that by using the default path. Now I installed 4.4.11 version. I simply downloaded that binaries, correct? I simply downloaded that package and I unzipped it and I just started the database in this way. In the command line, I mentioned the path MongoDB hyphen DB path. I mentioned the DB path hyphen log path. I mentioned the log path and port I used 27018, but the default port is 27017, correct? But I'm using 27018 and I started. Did you see that it is hanging? It is not coming out from the window. Did you guys see that? When I pressed enter, it is not coming out from the window. and the DB is running here. If I open a duplicate window and when I grab the MongoDB, the database is running here, right? And even I'm able to connect the database by 27018. Earlier we started 27017 default port. Now if you try to connect that port, it will not allow you to connect. If you type Mongo, it will take the default port 27017 and it will tell you this is not available. You cannot connect this, could not connect this host and this port. Even if you mention, did I mention 27017 here? No, but by default take 27017. Even if I mention 27017, it will not allow me to connect. But because I already killed that process, kill-9 is the process, the command to kill the process. Okay, so I already killed it, so it is not showing you. Okay, now why it is showing like this? I told you a parameter ---- fork etc mongodb conf. You could see a parameter fork equal to true. Okay, now I'm just pressing Control C. Okay, I didn't do anything. I just press Control C and I came out of that window. Now if I go to this window and if I grep it, it will not show you. It will show you nothing. Earlier it was showing you this one. It was up and running. 27018 was up and running, and you could connect the database, right? 27018 port